I'm going to make a bold statement. If marketing isn't fun, you're doing it wrong. So if it feels like it's a chore, if it feels hard to come up with the inspiration as to what to say in your content, if it feels harder than a day job, right? Then there's something about it that you don't understand, something that you're doing wrong. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm saying that because I want to share with you here today what you can do to make marketing feel like fun again, so that it is something that's enjoyable for you and it's something that actually converts, that it brings in a steady flow of leads and sales. So my name is Desiree Stafford, and I help ambitious coaches show up fully, magnetize a steady flow of high-ticket clients, and break through to their next level of income and impact. And I'm going to talk to you today about making marketing fun. Right? In fact, your entire business should feel like fun. If it doesn't, there again, you're doing something wrong, right? Your business should be the extension of you. If you're a coach, if you're a mentor, if you are a healer, you're in the business of transformation, your business should be an extension of who you are, right? Particularly if you have a one-man million type of business or a one-woman million type of business where, you are the star of the show, meaning that it's your intellectual property, it's your processes, it's your coaching and guidance and mentorship that the clients are coming to seek, not a team of coaches who are under your umbrella, correct? So if that's who you are, or if that's how your business is set up, then you're probably doing the majority of the marketing, and it can feel like a huge time suck if it's not working, right? If you feel like what I call a likable educator, meaning you're out in the marketplace creating a ton of content, but it's not resulting in a steady flow of leads and sales, right? That's when marketing doesn't feel like fun. That's when it can feel like you may get the inspiration, you may show up in the marketplace and create all this content, but when you don't see the results that you want, perhaps the inspiration dries up, and then it feels like a chore to have to create more content. Perhaps you rely on a content calendar, and even having that, perhaps sometimes you feel writer's block, right? You just can't get yourself to take the action of doing more marketing, or perhaps you have found a way to continue to show up day in and day out, but because you're still not getting the results that you want, perhaps you're feeling burnt out, right? And so while you're creating great stuff, again, you're not seeing the results that you desire, right? So it doesn't matter where you are. What I want to share with you right now is the insights that can help you figure out why your marketing isn't currently producing the results that you desire for it to produce, and how to produce those results while feeling like you're having a great time in your business, right? Doesn't that serve everybody? It serves you, it serves your family, it serves your clients. All right, so here are 3 key misunderstandings that a lot of coaches have that makes their marketing feel like anything but a good time. All right. Number 1, if you're out in the marketplace creating content because you believe that the content is going to produce the result meaning sales, then that's a misconception I really want to challenge. If you understand that everything is energy, and I'm not sitting here telling you not to take any action at all, that you should never create content, because absolutely that's important. It's important to provide value in the marketplace, but it's not the action specifically that you're taking that's generating the result. It's the energy behind the action, right? So what a lot of coaches do, and I know because I was one of them, is we associate work, effort, struggle with results, with clients, with cash, right? And so then we automatically assume that if I just create more content, I'll get more sales, and that typically doesn't happen, right? It's typically the coaches who are putting out less content that are dancing their way to 50 and 100K months, while the most brilliant, ridiculously talented coaches who are spending hours a day creating content may be bringing home 2K, 5K, 10K, 20K, right? And so you really want to think about the fact that it's not logical that there are folks in the market who are doing significantly less content creation, work, or whatever you want to call it, and yet they're bringing home the lion's share of the income that's being made or the revenue that's being generated in the coaching industry, right? So what I want you to understand, or what I really want you to do, is disassociate the idea that creating content equals sales, because it doesn't. It is the energy behind whatever action you're taking, whatever strategy you're implementing that generates the results. And why does this matter? It matters because if you align your energy, then whatever action you take will be inspired and it will yield bigger results with less effort. All right, so that's the first thing I want you to understand. Number two, if marketing doesn't feel like it's fun, you're probably in the marketplace trying to convince people to buy from you rather than inviting people to your party, right? A lot of coaches get in this trap. I did as well, where you forget how valuable you are. You intellectually understand that you provide value to your clients, but at the same time, many coaches will show up in the marketplace chasing leads and sales. That's not embodying your value. If you feel desperate for sales, if you feel like you have to convince people to work with you or convince people to look at you or convince people why you're different than someone else in your niche, that's not the right positioning, right? Not the right positioning in terms of marketing strategy and how clients perceive you, but it's also not good positioning for yourself and how you see yourself, right? Your role is not to convince anyone to work with you. If you want to talk about convincing anybody, you want to convince yourself of why people need and want what it is that you're offering, right? You don't want to be out in the marketplace trying to convince somebody that they should work with you when you have the laundry list of client results behind you, backing you up, right? Shoring you up in terms of your ability to deliver results to people. You've got to own that when you show up in the marketplace. One of the things I help my clients with is owning their value. Because no matter how smart you are, no matter how many client results you have and testimonials and all that kind of stuff, the majority of coaches that I've come into contact with, people who decide to work with me, one of the areas in which they struggle the most is with owning their value. It's with understanding that what they have is desirable. Who they are is desirable, right? And so when you really get that, when you really own that, then you show up in the marketplace from that stance. You become magnetic from that place, all right? So the next thing, or the last key I want to share with you, if marketing doesn't feel like fun right now, it's probably because you're seeking approval, validation through your marketing, rather than seeking your full self-expression, right? When you understand that everything is energy, that you're not out in the marketplace trying to get the client, trying to make the sale. Rather, you're in the marketplace sharing your brilliance, sharing your wisdom from your experiences, sharing what you know. If someone could really take in what it is that you're sharing, it could change their life in so many different ways, right? When you show up from that place and you allow your energy, your message to attract clients to you rather than you trying to push and to force and to make it all happen, right? Then you don't feel the need to seek approval from anyone. You understand that you are your source of clients and cash. So your goal is to show up fully expressed. Your goal is to show up powerfully. Your goal is to raise your voice. It's to speak unapologetically, right? It isn't to try to impress someone. It isn't to try to win their approval or validation. That's work you should be doing for yourself, right? The approval and validation that you seek should always be coming from within. Otherwise, you have no center, right? Otherwise, you're at the mercy of other people. You've given your power away to what someone else might think of you or what someone else might say, and your reputation is always on the line. But if you self-source the validation and approval, gives a fuck, right? What anyone thinks, because it doesn't matter. This is where I want you to get to. When you get to this place where you understand that it isn't the action, but it's your energy that produces the result. And energy is something that you have absolute control over, which means you have absolute control over your results, right? Number two, when you show up in the marketplace, rather than trying to convince people to work with you, you show up knowing that you are of value. You embody that value. Right? So you're inviting people to your party, right? You're inviting people to step up for themselves by stepping into one of your programs. It's an invitation that you're making. You're never convincing someone to work with you, right? And thirdly, when you self-source your approval, when you self-source your validation, rather than seeking it through likes, comments, engagement, right? From this place, marketing is fun. When you allow yourself to show up fully self-expressed because you're unconcerned with what anyone else might think of you, that's when marketing feels like fun. because that's when you allow yourself to be free. That's when you allow yourself to be who you really are, rather than muting your voice, trying to fit some image that you think people have of you, right? This is when you show up for yourself. This is when your business truly does become the extension of yourself that you desire it to be. So I hope you got some value out of what I shared with you here today. It's been so much fun for me to deliver this to you. And so if you want to go deeper on any of the concepts that I shared with you, there are two ways that I can help you. Number one, I have a brand new free masterclass that goes into some of what we talked about here on a much deeper level. So if you really want to understand about owning your value and what's really required in order to do that, to become in demand and close high ticket sales on the spot, go to www.powerhouseonfire.com/next level to get access to that masterclass for free. All right. If you would like some customized support with what we've talked about here today, I really specialize in helping ambitious coaches show up fully, right? So if you've been hiding for a really long time and you're ready to play big as fuck, we should have a conversation, because I can help you do that. And I can also help you magnetize a steady flow of your people. These are high ticket clients who are so fun and easy to work with. They renew frequently, they send you referrals, and I can teach you how to close 10K, 30K, 50K plus full pay sales on the spot. So if that's something that you're interested in, book a no-cost breakthrough session with me. You can go to www.powerhouseonfire.com/apply to book in a call. Now, I will just qualify and say that, if you want to have a conversation with me, you've got to be ready to play big, right? We play by the rule, play big or go home in my programs. So if you're too afraid to really dive deep within yourself and come out feeling like your confidence is at a level 10, then don't book a call. But if you're ready to play bigger than you've ever played before, to show up fully for yourself and for your family and for your clients, and to essentially live a life as big as your purpose, we should have a conversation. All right. So until we do speak, I hope that you and your family stay safe.